fuck was I trying to look at? Oh shit. Uh News that kind of came down today. This is what being told by me. They're expecting to arrest one of them niggas for killing Takeoff this week. That's what been told. I've been told, okay? That police have pretty much reviewed everything already. They already know way more than even we know because they got the real footage from surveillance footage. They have questioned a bunch of people, and even though they were having problems with people cooperating because everybody ran from the scene, and obviously, again, let's just be honest. Like I keep telling you, black culture is crime culture, so no one wants to be the person who is solving a crime that implicates anybody from a rapper side or mob ties. Like nobody wants to do that because now you pretty much put a target on your back to get killed. Let's keep it real, right? I keep telling you, everybody be acting like they want murder solved. Nobody does. You know what I mean? Or actually, niggas don't want that shit because, black people have adopted crime culture as the fucking culture, okay? However, the police have done the stuff. They got their tactics to make niggas talk. And they've grabbed a few people in who either was loudmouth online. They, you know what I mean? I heard they threatened a couple of obstruction of justice, charges. And also, they promised to try to protect people's anonymity. And yeah, they got what they need to kind of figure out exactly what went on along with the footage. They know who the shooters are, and them niggas will be collared and they'll be in custody this week. You know what I mean? It's interesting from what I'm hearing on the inside, most people are calling the death of Takeoff rather than just a tragic piece of senseless violence. Most people are calling it a random, like they're calling it a freak accident. That's what I'm hearing people are talking about. So I'm hearing that people ain't really necessarily blaming each other. It's kind of like, oh shit, it's a freak accident, which I'm like, what type of freak accidents has to do with like a million shots being fired? What the fuck? But okay, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just stay out the streets. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on right there, but that's what I'm hearing is the word. So despite Takeoff's mom being very infuriated because she obviously lost her son, things like this help to slow down justice because the people involved are basically, to their credit, they're saying chalk it up to the streets. You know what I mean? However, the cops, this is a high-profile situation, and if you don't know, news came down today. Takeoff will be buried, and actually his public funeral, he'll probably have a private funeral for the family and obviously for label mates and very close friends, but the public funeral will be at Atlanta State Farm Arena. The Atlanta Hawks play there, and it could host over 20,000 people, okay? So this is a celebrity funeral. His body will not be laid to rest directly afterwards. This is for the fans, for the people who love him, the group, his music, to pay their respects. And this will be happening, what day will it be happening on? That a day. I forgot. I think it's, what day is it? I forgot. Anyway, yeah. So this will be happening, but from what I'm hearing, and also this is like I talked about this before. From some of the sources I'm hearing from, the reason why police are it's no secret. They know the niggas who was doing the shooting. They're gonna lock them up. They can't hide. They're tracking these motherfuckers. They already have people some of them are allegedly moving around, staying at other people's. They know where these niggas is at, okay? It's not about collaring them. It's that when they arrest these guys and they come with charges, they want to make sure they charge them appropriately. Remember, this is a messy event. And obviously, because the cops are in the limelight in terms of solving this, they want to make sure they give them biggest and heaviest charges as possible. And also, they don't want to give, think about even the George Zimmerman situation, right? Some people believe because they overcharged him, it kind of helped them when it came to trial. So they're trying to make sure everybody who's in the situation is understood what the situation is. Everybody gets the right charges. So basically, I'm saying niggas is going to jail. Okay? Niggas is going to jail, okay? To keep it real, Keep it real, man. I hear they're so proud with the investigation work that's been done online. They might even invite the entire chat niggas to the fucking press conference. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Tell y'all niggas the truth. I'm playing about that part. I'm playing. Somebody gonna take that part serious. Okay, but yeah, everything else I'm saying is serious. So, if arrest day made this week, it's probably gonna be made next week. But the dudes, they're not announcing those suspects because they only usually do that when they can't find niggas. You get what I mean? Or people have evaded the watchful eye. They know who did the shooting. They're watching where the hell they at. They're just kind of crossing the T's, dotting the I's, bringing it to the prosecutor. The prosecutor's going to be like, yo, we need this, we need this, we need this, that I could strongly go before a judge and get this shit pretty much indicted and everything else. And, yeah, they're doing that right now. So niggas will be charged soon. And it's just interesting because most people around the situation are saying this is a freak accident. Man, I hate the streets. Oh, man, nigga get shot in the head. Oh, that's a freak accident. Let's move on. What? Nigga, no, nigga, ain't nobody moving on after this shit. One of y'all niggas got to do 25 to life. I'm sorry. I'm taking another shot, man. The indictments are coming. Sorry. All right. Thank you for the 40 something. Yeah. Also, if you ask me, this is just me thinking out loud. This is me thinking out loud. I've said before that, and by the way, it's not even only I've said, Jay Prince wrote a book about the fact that feds stalked him, were always looking for a reason to involve him in crime, trying to possibly either secure an indictment or try to blame him for certain things. He claims he's never done any of those criminal acts that they are trying to allude that he may have done, or whatever the reason why they're stalking him. So he always, he always declares his innocence. However, it appears that the police do have some type of hard on for the Prince family, right? And from what I've heard, and not only from Jay Prince's mouth, it seems to be the feds. I would imagine the feds would probably look at the situation and see if they could somehow jam up the Prince family. Now, I'm not wishing this. I'm hoping this ain't true. But we could only speculate. Again, if you're wondering where this info would be coming from, I'm telling you, I'm speculating off of actual facts given out by the individuals involved. Jay Prince has written a whole book. I don't know if y'all have ever read his book, Jay Prince book. Yeah, you guys should read it. It's called The Art and Science of Respect. And I'm gonna read. I ain't gonna do no Kyrie. Nigga, Kyrie was tweaked out. We should talk about that nigga too. For decades, serial entrepreneur James Prince presided over Rap-A-Lot Records, one of the first and most successful independent rap labels. In his memoir, he explained how he earned a reputation as one of the most respected men in hip-hop by staying true to his three principles of heart, loyalty, and commitment, and principles of heart, loyalty, and commitment, and an unwavering faith in God. He has defeated many adversaries, whether battling systemic cycle of poverty, record label executives, boxing promoter, or corrupt DEA agents. Granted, so I'm only saying that he said this stuff. It ain't like I'm just digging it up because y'all love calling people feds. Now, I did say before, some random federal authorities did try to question 6ix9ine about Jay Prince and his family. He didn't know nothing about him. But all that meant is that at least at the time of 6ix9ine telling or getting sentenced, the federal government still cared about Jay Prince, which means anything that probably happens criminally that involves Jay Prince's name, whether he's there whether it's just his family, whether it's his sons, they would probably be of interest. Whether they could put charges or not, that's on them. So I think this investigation is going to get a little bit dicey just because you're probably going to have the feds watching over this. Honestly, we just got to keep it 100. From all I know, I don't believe the Prince family has anything to do with the death of Takeoff, other than that Jay Prince Jr. threw the event. But only time will tell. So some people are now coming out to say Quavo was arguing with Jay Prince Jr. I don't know, and I don't have no proof of that. But we will see. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. So somebody's getting charged. And by the way, I don't know if y'all seen, Jay Prince wrote a very long note, Jay Prince Instagram. And I think it was important he wrote this note because, again, people started to build up a narrative saying the Prince family. And he posted it, and it had Takeoff face here. And I'll read it for y'all real quick, okay? It said, the Prince family would like to send our condolences to the family and friends of a beautiful soul, Takeoff. To Houstonians and families around the world, this one breaks my heart because Takeoff was a brother, a son, a role model, and a God-loving human being. Grief is the price of love. A bill people from across the globe are paying right now as we mourn this loss. I've been knowing Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset for many years, and there has been nothing but mutual love for one another, and that ain't gonna change where we are concerned. This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have happened in our city. This shouldn't have been recorded. And this damn sure shouldn't be circulating across social media for family and friends and fans to see. As I write this, I am angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race which keeps bringing us back to the same tragic place of black-on-black killing. They say Satan is the author of confusion, and right now there are a lot of lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. I consider myself a man that's quick to listen and slow to speak. Therefore, whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known you cannot hide behind me, beside me, or anywhere near me because I don't tolerate dumb shit. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolish and has to be owned by the fool. I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that closes eyes to shoot and doesn't live or doesn't have the proper skills of operating that gun is dangerous, and the results is usually end with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot or killed. To the homies in Georgia and around the world that got love for Takeoff like we do, know this. Let's change the narrative of our culture by putting an end to every argument, disagreement, result in violence. It's okay to live and let live to see another day. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I say this, Jay Prince is super eloquent. Very eloquent. In his speech, in his mostly sometimes his speech, but definitely in his writings. He alludes to a couple of things. Most importantly is saying that whoever who killed Takeoff got to go. Okay? Now, it's interesting with an individual like Jay Prince because of his street background. When he says have to be responsible, it doesn't seem like he's trying to say they got to go to jail. I don't know what responsibility means. And this is the part where I'm confused, right? Because you see, the streets always say this dumb shit. Keep it in the streets, which, like, how do you get responsibility if you kill somebody? How do you get how are you held responsible in the streets, right? So it's like there's zero. It seems like there is zero call of we need whoever who killed this person to be in cuffs, but he says that person needs to be held responsible. Again, that might be just double talk because I just don't know what that means. When I hear a street nigga say you got to hold a nigga responsible, what that mean? You get what I mean? So We will see.